Since 1985, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour has made its annual trip to Northwest Connecticut at the Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, and in year 41, it did not disappoint. Hello, I'm Jake Lassard here, the Icebreaker 150 at the Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, the first of 3 races the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour will be making to the track this year. And to be quite honest, I've been watching the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour my whole entire life. It's probably my favorite series in the world, and this is one of the better races I've seen in recent years. It starts off, Matt Hirschman, big money Matt, gets the pole. John McKennedy, my hometown guy, from on the inside pole, and right away, John McKennedy gets to jump on the inside. Classic Thompson, highline dominates. What I thought was a bit different, a little bit about this time, was how, yes, the highline was definitely more dominant, but almost all the passing was on the inside. It was guys getting runs up on guys on the inside and kind of shoving them out of that preferred line and making a lot of those passes. First, stint of this race was pretty solid. I mean, McKennedy taking the lead. Hirschman, battling. I think Matt Swanson was up there. So it started out with some really good battles. I mean, I think some storylines were in the back of the pack. Bonsignor, Kobe, Lutz all getting off to rough starts, rough qualifying efforts. Mike Christopher Jr. was right around mid-pack with Luke Baldwin, I think, as well. And on lap 23, Trevor Catalano spins out of turn 2. I don't think Flow Racing ever showed a real replay of what happened. All I know is about 30 laps later after the restart, he said when he went in the infield that it was something mechanical, I think, in the rear suspension. A few guys pit during this caution. Eric Goodale and I think Ripcom may have pitted around then. Get back racing about 30 laps in, and John McKennedy just keeps going. I thought a big thing here was Steven Kopchik makes a run at him about 20 laps into this run, so around lap 50 to 55, and he was flying through the top 5, and he gets to the back bumper of McKennedy for about 2 or 3 laps. I was expecting a pass coming in, and he just plateaus there, and it really stays like this. I mean, Kopchik, he made his way. I don't remember where he started. He started in the top 10, but I mean, the first 23 laps before Catalano's spin, Steven Kopchik really, I didn't see him, and then he just comes out of nowhere pressing McKennedy, and I couldn't believe he didn't get by him. I could not believe Kopchik did not get by him. I mean, he got to his bumper with just so much pace. He was making such quick lap times, and it's like he just plateaued in dirty air behind McKennedy. Through this time, I mean, throughout the field, I mean, Mike Christopher's making up a few spots, Luke Baldwin, just a lot of great racing. Matt Swanson kind of fell to the top 5 as well, was with Matt Hirschman. There was just some great racing. I think it was for 3rd position. There was a huge 20-30 lap battle between Silk, Hirschman, and Mike Christopher Jr. I think Matt Swanson was in there too. It was a great battle. I mean, from, I think, what was it, lap 30 to lap 110, whenever Ronnie Williams spun. Just amazing racing. I mean, you couldn't take your eyes off the television. It was just battle for 3rd, battle for 1st, with Kopchik and McKennedy, and there was just always something about the pack. You had Bonsignor, Lutz making their way up for a few spots. Doug Kobe, I mean, just there was literally everywhere on the track there was action, and I think that's what made it one of the better races I've seen. I mean, we've seen Thompson a lot lately just be these long races. I think they mentioned the last few races have only been 1 caution, and there was 2 today, and I don't think lack of cautions makes that race bad. I think it made it really good. Yeah, it was the battle for the lead, not too, it wasn't, there was no passing. I mean, McKennedy leads the first 107 laps, but Kopchik got there twice and really put the pressure on him, and I think that made this middle stint really good. And at lap 107, so 43 to go, Ronnie Williams spins out, hits the wall. I'm guessing had a lot of front end damage. It looked like both tires were just facing in the wrong direction. Then again, I don't think they showed a replay of what happened. There must have been car contact. I don't know how you'd get that damage just from going into the wall. I don't understand how that would happen, but they didn't really show anyone else with any damage either, so it makes me wonder what happened. But a rough one for Ronnie Williams. I'd love to know what happened. I'll keep trying to look for it because I really have no idea. Well, during this, the whole entire field hits pit road. And this is one of the things I love about Thompson. I love the pit road there. I think it was a year or two ago when I think it was Silk spun out Bonds and you were on pit road, on pit road exit. Thompson Speedway pit road is just, it's something. It's different than almost every other pit road. I feel like there's always the most action at it. And Steven Kopchik wins the race off a pit road, beating McKennedy. Just not even close. And I don't know if it was here, but I think Bonsignor or Lutz made up a few spots on pit road as well. Ripkema, I think it had something to do with the jack. They lost a few spots on pit road. We get back going with 35 to go. I did see it. They were on McKennedy's car when he went to pit road, and you could see them loosen up that car. And we all know this is when it happens. Go back to green with 35 to go. So Steven Kopchik, he restarts on the high side. McKennedy back on the inside like he was at the start of the race, except this time Kopchik just flies right by him, just gets the jump on the high side, and the top three are under a blanket. It's Kopchik in first, McKennedy in second, Silk behind him. I personally could tell I didn't think McKennedy was gonna get there. It wasn't like the other runs where Kopchik, fired off really well for about 20-30 laps and then kind of plateaus and falls back. It wasn't like that. McKennedy just really, you could tell he was not going to get there. Silk was on him. I don't know if there was anything he really could have done. Kopchik starts to spread out his lead a bit, and then finally, of 6 to go, Silk clears McKennedy. While all this is happening, Mike Christopher Jr., I think from 11th, is flying through the field. I talked about how Kopchik did earlier in the first stint of this race. Christopher just made that look like nothing. Michael Christopher Jr. came out of nowhere, was flying through the field, catches McKennedy, passes McKennedy, puts John McKennedy back into fourth after leading 107 laps in this race. Silk's in second now, Christopher in third, and Kopchik is gone away to about a 10-car length lead. It's clear, yeah, you're going to need a caution to catch him. And then there it is. I mean, Steven Kopchik started to run away with it at the end, about a 10-car length lead, and probably the best car, and he gets the win. Feel bad for John McKennedy. He said that he freed up the car too much and really couldn't do anything and get much speed in the center of the corner. It really stinks for him. I mean, I do think throughout the day, I think this run with they went back with like 30 to go, 35 to go. I think even if McKennedy doesn't make those adjustments, I think Kopchik still has him. I think Kopchik was the better car. That adjustment just really killed McKennedy. That was the final nail in the coffin. But yeah, I mean, just gonna go through the top finishers here now. Obviously, Kopchik with the win back-to-back, one at Martinsville, and then another one here today. I will say, after North Wilkesboro last year, I didn't know Kopchik that well. I really didn't know what to think of him. I was really upset. That race was pretty ugly. That's the type of thing, you see in the Truck Series, the O'Reilly Series. I mean, we saw the Cars Tour about a week or two ago at Wake County, but you never really see that type of just ugly motorsports action in the modified tour. These guys are too experienced. They're too blue collar for that to happen, and it happened. And I guess I let those emotions cloud my judgment on Kopchik. And yeah, he showed a lot of top 10 runs last year. He was a solid driver, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he ever really showed that winning pace. Top 5 pace once in a while. Never showed that winning pace, and I didn't really think about those top 5 runs just because I just thought of him as the guy who made a mess in North Wilkesboro. But yeah, he's talented. He showed it last year, and he's turning it into winning efforts. The win at Martinsville was great. And today, this one, I thought he really impressed me today. Won my boy McKennedy to win, but good run for Kopchik. Just very impressed with him, and great way to start his year. He's got, I think, a 7-point lead now on Austin Beers. Second place, Ron Silk, Mr. Consistency. I mean, what do you expect? Second at Martinsville, second here. Ron Silk's going to get the job done, no matter where it is. Unless he gets wrecked, Ron Silk's in the running for it. Great run for him, getting by McKennedy at the end. He was up there the whole time. I think he probably ran third the whole entire race. Great run for him. Michael Christopher Jr., I told him, flying through the field. I have no clue what happened after that pit stop, but it wasn't even like right away. It was like the first 20 laps of the final 35 laps. I didn't really know. And then 15 to go, he's just flying. He's going from like 11th and just flying through the field, catches McKennedy, goes right by him with ease, and third place run. That's impressive for him. John McKennedy, just freeing the car up. It stinks, 107 laps. McKennedy is usually not the guy to lead all those laps, and I think he 2 or 3 wins. I think Claremont, he did not lead the whole race. I mean, this is really a change of pace to see him lead this many laps, and it thinks he couldn't get the job done. Matt Hirschman, big money Matt in 5th. You could tell from the jump that car was not the best out there, but he had a lot of battles in that 3rd to 5th position with Matt Swanson and Ron Silk. I mean, keep it in 5th. Not much more you can do. Good job for Matt. Austin Beers, nothing said. I mean, he's a great driver. 6th place finish, probably not even what he wanted. He ran about there the whole day between 6th to 10th. I didn't really see him ever being a factor in it. Bonsignor 7th, Lutz 8th. I thought that was huge. Those guys at one point were running 16th and 17th, like middle of the race, like hadn't made up any spots. It was crazy, and I'm guessing they gained a few on pit road, but I know they gained a few towards the end, and finishing 7th and 8th is really big for them. That could have been a disaster of a day. Chase Dowling 9th. He fluttered. He was in the 6th to 10th for a while, and then he kind of went back down to like almost 20th. So good ending there for him. Ripken at 10th. I remember they had that pit road incident. I think it was during the 2nd cycle, so 10th pretty solid. Teddy Hodgson 11th. I never really saw him all day, so good run for him. Eric Goodale in 12th. Patrick Emmerling 13th. I literally never saw him. I said Monsignor Lutz were running bad. He was running worse. He was down like in 20th. Not what you expect out of him. And 13th place finish. It's not going to help the cause. Eric Burnt, never saw him all day. 14th. Good run for him. And Matt Swanson, 15th. No clue how he ended up back there. He was running top 5 for a while at the start of this race. And I mean, even when he fell back, he was still back in like 7th, 8th. So kind of weird to see that. Now, here's some guys I just want to talk about. I mean, 17th, Andrew Miller. He showed some top 10 pace for a while in that 82 car. I don't know how he ended up in 17th, probably pit road. And then 18th, Doug Kobe. That was probably the best he ran all day. That was probably the best possible finish for him to get. I don't know much about that 28 car. I don't think I've ever really seen it before. But, yeah, just like the definition of a non-factor was running 25th for most of this race. Like, I'm not expecting Tommy Catalano to win, but 19th is not great. Kyle Bonsignor, 22nd. Kyle Bonsignor has never been a championship threat, but he's usually, I would say, one of the more consistent guys. I mean, that won a White Mountain last year, 22nd, and he ran there the whole day. He was running with Doug Kobe. A few stores, like 5 drivers, I'd say. I just have no clue, like just the whole race. And I'd say 3 of them ended better than I expected, to be honest, and 2 guys really performed, and Bonsignor and Lutz with what they had in the day. So now the point standings. Stephen Kopchik leads by 7 points of the win at Martinsville, and here a few days ago at Thompson. That would be a little bit higher, actually. Austin Beers second, -7. Unless Kopchik keeps going on these runs, Beers is just going to keep up his consistency. Ripken in 3rd, -9. Old Blue. That's pretty good for him. I have a lot of faith in him this year. A lot of good things coming. Emmerling in 4th. Kind of surprising, especially after the 13th today. No wins on the season, obviously, with Bonsignor at New Smyrna. But 4th place, I thought he would be lower than that. Bonsignor 5th. Pretty solid. I mean, he got wrecked out of Martinsville. No fault of his own. And 7th today. And then the win at New Smyrna. He's only 20 points out. He could easily make that back up, and I think he will. Eric Goodale, -20. I mean, we know he's a Martinsville merchant, and that definitely helped him. But yeah, he keeps racking up finishes. Like today, he'll have a very respectable points finish at the end of the season. Lutz -21. Hirschman -22. That should go up. Big money Matt. I expect him to win a few big races this year. Ron Silk -29. Yeah, I guess New Smyrna hurt more than I thought it would. Especially keep coming off 2 second places the last 2 races. 29 points. I mean, you can make up a lot of that in a race, but it'll probably take him a few races. He keeps running second. It'll only take him a few. John McKennedy, -29. He got wrecked at Martinsville. 4th, a little disappointing today. He's not the very flashy guy. I mean, he gets the good finishes usually, but he does not really. This is probably the flashiest day I've ever seen him have. -29s could take him a little bit. Mike Christopher Jr., if he keeps that speed he had at the end, who knows what he could do this year. That was wild. And then Tommy Catalano, about 38 back in 12. He's the last driver who has less than a full race of points left. So that was the race, the Icebreaker 150 at Thompson. Like I said, I thought it was a really good race. I just thought there was, you were always looking at something. It had a lot of good stuff for it. Even if it wasn't the battle for the lead for some portions, there was just battles all over the track. A really good race. I personally, I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a 9. I thought it was a really good race. I had a lot of fun watching it. That was just all around just a good race. I'm excited for Oxford Plains, May 2nd. I'm gonna try to go to that. I've never been there before, but yeah, Thompson. It was a good race, and yeah, if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna try to do more of these for the Modified Tour. I mean, the Modified Tour has been just such a major part of my life. I mean, growing up in New England, it's everything. If you're a racing fan, you're a fan of NASCAR. We have a Modified Tour, and I've talked to almost every single one of these guys. I've actually played hockey with John McKennedy before. I've talked to Bonson more times than I can count from when I was like 5 years old. And yeah, I just want to do more videos like this. If you like them, make sure you subscribe, and ready to see more of these. Thank you.